So within this video, I'm going to be going through some new leaked information for Modern Warfare. We actually did a video going through a bunch of Modern Warfare multiplayer leaked information. I go through a bunch of the kill streaks, the specific maps, weapons, and just a ton of specific details for Modern Warfare's multiplayer that was leaked. If you want to check that video out, definitely that's going to be the top link in the description below this video here. We have some new updated information on Modern Warfare's Battle Royale. We did announce the Battle Royale that was leaked to be coming to the game. Now, I wasn't so sure if it was a credible source, and I was like, you know what? Battle Royale, are they really going to bring it for a second year? People thought at least, if anything, Blackout would go free to play and they would bring that over, but it actually looks like Modern Warfare, based on these new leaks, we're going to be seeing a Battle Royale. So before I go through all of this leaked information, my only hope is that they treat Battle Royale as a side project. I want them to put their full focus and effort on multiplayer, campaign, and co-op, and if they put all of their effort into Blackout like they did with Black Ops 4, then we're not looking too good. At least as of now, it looks like this Battle Royale for Modern Warfare is going to be a sort of a side project. I mean, they want money, and for the most part, they're only making this Battle Royale for the money, because you can obviously get a ton of money by selling outfits and different stuff within Battle Royale, so Activision understands that, and they just want a Battle Royale for that. But Infinity Ward probably not too keen on the fact that they have to make a Battle Royale. We don't really know the specifics of that, but like I said, before I go through this information, I just want to make it clear, I don't really want a Battle Royale. I don't think you guys really want it to, but if they have to add one within Modern Warfare, I just hope it's good. And a bunch of this leaked information seems pretty interesting, so let's just jump straight into it here. I'm just going to throw facts at you guys about this Battle Royale. For one, it's going to be 150 players. Actually, a lot of players, most Battle Royales don't have 150, and they actually wanted 200, but it looks like the servers cannot handle that, at least as of now, so they're aiming for 150, and still 150 is pretty solid. So depending on how big or small this map is, 150 could definitely impact the game and how fast it is and how many kills you're getting. So 150 definitely sounds like a solid number. Here's an interesting fact. They're actually going to be the weapon system, the tiered weapon system like Fortnite, where you have the gray, green, blue, purple, gold tiered weapons. That exact sort of system is going to be within this Battle Royale. So it's not like PUBG or any of these other games, or Blackout obviously, where you're searching for all these different attachments and they go with different weapons, or the different I mean, obviously the different ammo types are going to be there, but the actual weapons themselves, you pretty much have these preset weapons where the gray weapon will just have a reflex, maybe the blue weapon will have a silencer or something else added in a stock. So that's pretty much how it's going to work within this game. So that's very interesting. Obviously, again, they're sort of just copying Fortnite, and according to the leaks, it's actually the same colors as well, which is a little weird. So maybe they'll actually change that if they want to sort of not be outright copying Fortnite there, but the same idea will definitely be within this game as well. We're also going to see bullet drop within this Battle Royale, and that does make sense. Hopefully it's not in multiplayer. I mean, I heard about bullet drop being within the game, and people have been saying, well, if bullet drop is in the game and they're making this game sort of one systematic game where something that happens in co-op also happens in campaign, also happens in multiplayer, if that's the case, hopefully bullet drop is just for Battle Royale and maybe campaign as well, because bullet drop in multiplayer, not really a Call of Duty thing. That's a Battlefield thing. Leave it to Battlefield. Call of Duty, we just like our run and gun, straight shooting, sort of warfare. We don't want to really worry about where our bullets are going too much. Recoil is enough to deal with. So just to add that in there, hopefully it's not within the multiplayer. Now, here are a couple of different versions of the Battle Royale that they are testing right now. So one version that they're testing apparently is that there is pretty much automatic health regen, and we don't know if it's like the Black Ops 4 where you have to sort of click it and then it regens, or you just automatically regen it, but pretty much the point of that is, however they do it, there's no med kits, there's no armor, and there's pretty much nothing you heal with. You pretty much just move around, you have the health you have, and if you get shot, you have to move and heal, sort of just like multiplayer, or at least normal multiplayer within past Call of Duties. And obviously there's another version where they have the health system, so they have bandages, they have the med kits which you use to get to full health, they have armor, and the armor is split into a vest and a headgear, and you have different levels of the armor as well. I'm pretty sure the different levels of the armor are the same sort of colored tier system like you see within Fortnite. So we have gray armor, green, blue, purple, gold armor within this game. And you can also repair the armor as well. A bunch of other things with reviving. There will obviously have some form of reviving, and they're going to do the same thing that Apex Legends pretty much started, and Fortnite added the whole sort of respawn system within the game, where you have some sort of revive kit to revive your teammate, or if not, and I guess if they bleed out, you bring them to some sort of point. They're saying within this leak here, within this Modern Warfare leak, it's going to be some sort of ambulance, who knows, but it's the same idea. You bring them there and then they come back into the game probably without their weapons, similar to Fortnite, Apex Legends. That, I mean, that does make sense. I can't see them not having that within the game. Blackout does not have that, but I think they're trying to make a Battle Royale in this case that actually is sort of up to date and with the features with all the other Battle Royales, what they have right now. So again, we'll have to see exactly how that works out. Also, there's this cash system within Battle Royale. Very interesting. You find it on the map, so you loot, you find cash, you get it from bodies, different areas, and pretty much what happens is you can take it to an ATM and you can deposit it, and if you actually keep the cash, or if you actually win, you keep the cash that you sort of loot and find within the game, and if you lose the cash, and you get that cash. If you win, you can use it to, you know, buy outfits and different sort of, I guess, microtransaction type things within the Battle Royale. You can buy supply drops apparently and a bunch of different stuff, so maybe they're gonna make that cash system something similar to the COD points from Black Ops 1. Maybe that's sort of what it sounds like, but it also could just be this thing where you either, you know, win the games and you earn cash, or you could spend real money and then buy cash and use that cash to get the, you know, the outfits. And I honestly, I could see Activision doing that. That would make a lot of sense with Activision, because again, all the people that aren't winning these Battle Royale games, they're just gonna say, you know what, screw it, I can't win a Battle Royale game, let me just spend my money on this cash so I can get this outfit, so I can get this gear, and that's it. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it looks like that's sort of what would happen. And we'll see how this cash system works within this Battle Royale. And also we have some vehicles, 10 different types. There are only a couple of vehicles being tested right now. We have a helicopter, 2-person ATV, pickup truck that holds 4 big armored vehicles, a tank, and it's actually the same tank kill streak that's going to be in multiplayer as well. So that's actually something pretty new we didn't talk about in the other multiplayer leaked information video. This tank in multiplayer should be pretty sick. You have 4 people jumping on it, all of your teammates, and, you know, 1 person manning it and destroying everyone. That definitely could seem like a really sick kill streak. Probably only for the larger maps. I don't really know how that would work on these smaller maps. And usually Call of Duty maps, I feel like they can't fit tanks usually. I mean, unless it's like Battlefield, most of those multiplayer maps in Call of Duty, no matter the size, it's really weird. So we'll see. Maybe there are specific maps where this tank kill streak will be used. Also, supply drops. There's a bunch of talk about supply drops. I'm going to make a separate video on supply drops, but Activision's worried that they might get banned, so they might sort of try to bring this cash system into the game overall and then start making money on cash. So we'll see what happens with that. Supply drops. Now, these are supply drops within the game, supply crates within Battle Royale. Also, you know, you're going to have these personal supply crates that you can, you know, throw down, just like a kill streak within multiplayer. You throw it down and you just get something right in front of you, or from the helicopters that are, you know, sort of randomly flying around Battle Royale and they just randomly drop those supply drops. You can have those as well within the game. Now, the Battle Royale map itself, made up of a bunch of different Spec Ops missions. It's going to be similar to the same sort of Modern Warfare universe that we're seeing, the campaign Spec Ops universe, a mixture of all of that, maybe some old Modern Warfare multiplayer maps from MW1, 2, and 3 sort of blended into the Battle Royale, just like we see with Blackout. They're going to be doing that sort of similar thing there, but for the most part, it's based off of the new campaign within this game. Also, this is the reason why, at least I think as well, it's going to be sort of, you know, less important in the Battle Royale within this game. It's going to not have its own sort of section. It's going to be within the multiplayer tab. So you have to go into multiplayer and then Battle Royale, meaning that Battle Royale definitely is under the wing of multiplayer. So that's a good sign for people that don't want Battle Royale to be the main focus of this game, and they want the other modes of the game, multiplayer, campaign, Spec Ops, to be those main pillars. So hopefully that works out as we want it there. Also, it might be delayed because they just started working on it. This was such a new thing to them. Only a couple months ago they started working on the Battle Royale, so again, they might not actually have time to finish this up. Right now there's only 4-player squads. not really much in the game so far. Apparently, dropping from the plane is a bit clunky right now. Hopefully it's not like Blackout, because Blackout when you drop from the plane is just terrible. I mean, Apex Legends honestly did it the best with dropping from the plane. Same thing with Fortnite, that's pretty good as well. Hopefully it's smooth like in those two games. Also, it might be free to play, I think, for the most part. I personally don't think so, just because of the fact that it's within the multiplayer tab, so it'd be a bit weird. How do you make that Battle Royale free to play if you have to have Modern Warfare to get into the multiplayer tab and then get to Battle Royale? It would make sense if it was free to play, if it was like a side sort of downloadable part of Modern Warfare, so you have a different tab on the PS4 menu that says Modern Warfare Battle Royale. It's a separate sort of game from the main Modern Warfare game, so that would make more sense, but I probably don't think it's going to be free to play for the most part. And that's pretty much it. That's the main information here for the Battle Royale for Modern Warfare. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I can probably give you guys some pointers and explain to you guys a bunch of the stuff here. I just tried to go through all these different bits and pieces of information. There's a bunch of other stuff that the Gaming Revolution talked about regarding the old Zombies mode and a Zombies Battle Royale. I didn't cover that within this video because it sort of is irrelevant, because most of it was scrapped anyway, and it seems like we're not going to be seeing that. So, and I don't want this video to be too long, but if you want to check that out, definitely just check out the Gaming Revolution's video. But this video here was just like the main points of the Battle Royale, and that's pretty much that. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, see you guys later. Goodbye.